Hello and welcome again to Not Fake News. We got a great breaking story here. Oh shoot. Trump just ended Rachel Maddow's career in just 2 words. But he also talks a lot about taxes in this, which I love. So get ready, folks. This is a good one. If you thought Trump was furious about Rachel Maddow at NBC for illegally, and I said illegally, releasing his tax returns, you were 1,000% right. No, 10,000% right. Last night, President Trump went on Water's World on Fox News, and he let rip on Rachel. But he also talked about the taxes, which is good. Donald Trump called her and NBC bad people for the crime they committed. He didn't stop there either. When he was asked Trump specifically about Maddow, he said something wrong with her. Oh, not right in the head. Well, Water? Jesse Water?
On the road and in the air, aboard Air Force One, Water's World was with the president as he explained this week's pushback on his plan to repeal and replace Obamacare.
Just remember this. If we submitted the Democrats' plan, drawn everything perfect for the Democrats, we wouldn't get one vote from the Democrats. That's the way it is. That's how much divisiveness and other things there are. So it's a problem. But we're going to get it by.
Moments before that speech, we sat down backstage in Nashville. Take a look. President Trump, welcome back to Water's World. How does it feel?
It feels great, and it feels great to be with you, and you've been so nice, and thank you.
Oh, well, flattery will get you everywhere. Now, the last time I spoke to you, I presented a signed photograph of myself at Trump Tower. Have you hung it on your wall yet?
Oh, absolutely, right on that wall.
That's fake news. I don't believe it.
That was fake news.
Obamacare repeal could be President Trump's first deal. Are you going to close it?
Well, I think it's going to be never easy. You know, healthcare is a very complex subject. I've been saying that for a long time now. People are agreeing with me. They understand. And not complex for the ordinary reason, Jesse. It's complex because you take this group and you make them happy and they become unhappy. Now you make them happy and they become... So it's back and forth. The answer is yes. We're going to get something done. I think it's going to be terrific, and it's going to be so much better than Obamacare, which really doesn't exist. Right. Because if you allow it to exist for another year, it's going to implode. And, you know, I've been saying for a long time, just walk away for 1 year. They'll come back, the Democrats, who, if you gave them a Democrat bill to approve, they wouldn't approve it. Right. They wouldn't give you one vote. It's really a bad situation out there. So, and it's been that way for years, not just now. It's been that way for years. But if I put together a perfect Democrat bill on health care or anything else for them to sign, you wouldn't get one vote. It's a pretty bad deal.
People like Senator Rand Paul, who you ridiculed during the debates, could mess this thing up.
Rand Paul shouldn't even be on this stage. He's number 11. He's got 1% in the polls, and how he got up here, there's far too many people. Anyway, I like him. He's become a friend of mine. And it's hard to believe I ridiculed, because he's a good guy.
Okay.
And he means well, and I think ultimately
He does
we'll
mean
all
well.
come together.
It's going to get done.
He does mean well. See, I said that the other day. I'm like, that guy means well. I don't love Rand Paul, but he's not, like, you could tell he's not mean, and he's doing it because he really thinks that he's right.
Something done. And also, we want to start on the taxes. We're going to cut everybody's taxes, including business taxes, the middle income taxes. Everything's going to be cut. And I can't do that until we get this done.
The income tax rate, what are we talking about? What would you like to see the top rate be?
Well, we're going to get a big reduction. We're going to bring business down to 15 to 20% from 36 and 38 and even higher than in certain instances. We're the highest taxed nation in the world. We're going to bring taxes way down. And for middle income, we're also getting rid of brackets. We're going from 7 to 3 or 4 brackets. And that will be such a pleasure.
What would you like to see the brackets look like?
Well, I'd like to see 0 if you don't make much. Like 0, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be 0 up to a level.
Okay.
And then it's going to be 12.5%, 15%.
Wow.
It's going to be 10%. We're working on the different numbers, but it's going to be much lower than it is right now. It'll be the biggest tax cut since Reagan, and probably.
Oh my God! You know what that
Very
means?
good.
That means we're going to be able to work, and we're going to be able to really save, and we're going to have an American dream. We're going to be able to strive for the American dream. We're going to be able to buy a house because we're going to make more and save more. Oh, you don't know, guys. Those numbers are good. They're really good.
That's good. But before you are in that high bracket, I hope. I hope right now you're in the high bracket.
Yeah. Well, we saw
Let
some
me
of
just
your
back it up a
returns.
second.
These people over very good because I
Before we
need the
do
money.
that, we have to get this good. But before you are in that high bracket, I hope. I hope right now you're in the high bracket.
Yeah. Well, we saw some of your returns. These people over at NBC News doing everything they can to take you down.
What I have here is a copy of Donald Trump's tax returns. We have his federal tax return for 1 year for 2005.
I thought you leaked those returns yourself. It made you look good. You had made $135 million and paid a lot of dough to Uncle Sam.
You know, they're bad people. There's something wrong with them. They leaked them. It's illegal to do what they did, I think. You know, I always heard that a tax return was a very sacred kind of a thing. You don't leak them. You're not allowed to. It's criminally offensive. But they put them out, and I think it was, they're good from that standpoint.
Right.
My tax returns are good. All of my tax returns are good.
Yeah.
But
are you going after these leakers
I'm
hard?
thinking about it. We're looking at it, but it's terrible what's going on in Washington. We have a certain establishment out there that's leaking, and if it gets down to other things, even more important than that. But a tax return's a very important thing, and you're not supposed to be leaking them, and they do.
Right.
Which is, they just don't respect the law, and we have to change that.
Right. The anti-Trump resistance, it's out there in the streets. Some of it's in the federal government. How much do you think is that genuine anger, and how much do you think that's someone like President Obama pulling the strings from behind the scenes?
Oh my God. Oh my God. What is really asked those good questions, doesn't he? Look, he said, might be everything.
Anger, and how much do you think that's someone like President Obama pulling the strings from behind the scenes?
It might be everything. You know, there's some anger, and there's great love on our side. I mean, look at the crowds outside. We have crowds. We have Senator Lamar Alexander. We have Senator Corker. We have the governor of the state, governor of Tennessee, great guy. And they say they've never seen crowds like that ever. They've been here a long time. They've never seen anything like it for the country stars, for anything. And that's love. We have great love. That's how we won.
You have a lot of love on your side, and then there's also people burning things in the street. Do you think President Obama wants you to succeed?
Come on,
what?
Water.
Nice to meet
What? Look, I'll answer it. Of course not. So, but Mr. President is going to be nice right now and say something nice. But I'm going to tell you, you know, my readers know, my watchers know. President Obama? Damn it. He wanted to ruin America. He is pissed off at what Trump's doing.
Personally, but his people haven't been nice. And there's great animosity out there. There's great anger. Leaking is just one example of it. In some cases, a very serious example of it. But leaking and the level of anger is hard to believe. So while he's nice personally, there doesn't seem to be a lot of nice things happening behind the scenes, and that's unfortunate.
The media, pretty vicious, not just to you, but to your family. How do you process that?
You just have to go on. You know, we've done a great job in terms of manufacturing, in terms of the market, in terms of business optimism. I don't know if you saw optimism's up the highest in 15 years, and much more than that it'll turn out to be. Things are just going really well for the country. You look at the border, down now 61% since the inauguration.
Wow.
Stock market's up 15%, almost 16% since the
$3 trillion the stock market's up. The highest it was they were hoping for was 20,000. It's up to like 22,000 already. I mean, that's a lot. That every thousand, like 20,000, that was 20 trillion. 21,000, that's another trillion. 22,000, it's up another trillion. So it's up $3 trillion.
Inauguration. Over $3 trillion of value has been created. Many jobs have been created. We're really, look, I inherited a mess, okay? The Middle East was a mess. People wanting to get...
Okay, you know what? This is the one time I'm going to disagree with him. Not in a bad way, really. You didn't really inherit a mess. You did inherit a mess. You campaigned to adopt this mess. Am I right or am I wrong? You knew it was a mess. Not saying this in a bad way at all. I love Trump. Yes, you inherited it. You could say that, but I would like to say you didn't inherit it. You went and fought and adopted this mess so you could help it. You're like one of those people who adopt a child who's in mental health child or special needs child. Okay? That's what you're like. You're like somebody who went out of his way, who didn't need to go help a special needs kid. And America is a special needs crippled child right now that needs your help. Inheriting would give you less credit, meaning you were hanging out in your mansion and someone dropped America on your lap and you're here to fix it and you're going to fix it because you're a good guy. No. You fought to adopt this mess. Give yourself more credit. I love this guy. Freaking really do.
Jobs is a mess, despite the numbers. You hear numbers, but you have millions of people out there that want to get jobs. They can't get jobs because we don't have good jobs. But they're coming back. Ford is coming back. General Motors is coming back. Fiat Chrysler is coming back. We just had a big meeting in Detroit with the car manufacturers, and it was unbelievable what's going to be happening. So ultimately, that's the thing that talks. And as you probably saw the polls that came out today, I'm at my all-time high for this. So we'll just keep going.
You're still paying attention to the polls,
I do. I pay. The only ones I guess I shouldn't have paid attention to were the exit polls during Election Day,
right,
because I was saying, boy, I think I'm doing better than that, and it turned out that we did.
Very good.
Of course you were, sir. Of course you were. We were behind you, man.
Let's do a Waters World quiz.
Okay.
Don't be nervous.
Okay, I won't, I promise.
That quiz.
What happened? I want the survey. I want the quiz. Water? Ah. This is really just throwing salt on a big wound that Maddow gave herself and her ludicrous report. She made it sound like a bombshell, only to show nothing interesting after leading her fans on for 20 minutes. And it was longer than that. They spent the whole day and the day before saying, we've got big news on these taxes. We've got them, leading everyone in the world to watch. And then for 20 minutes, the show starts nothing, 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 into a gigantic nothing burger at the very end. Then the trouble got twice as bad when all the radical leftists started getting even more angry at her. They accused Maddow of making Trump look even better. Oh, it looks like Trump is finally ready to crack down on the nasty, overpowered group of elites that own the mainstream media and lie to the public, which is bad. Tax return is a very, very important thing, and you are not supposed to be leaking them. And they do. This is what Trump says. They just don't respect the law, and we have to change that. When you see these bold letters here, that's, the person talking. With the quotes. And that's your lesson in writing today. Amen. America needs a free pass. We do not need a bunch of lying socialists trying to brainwash everyone 24/7. And the fact what he said about even if he gave them everything they wanted, they would still not vote for something just because they're Democrats, that's terrible. That says to me, get rid of all of them. Share this if you agree with Trump and about what he said about Maddow. Share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter and comment below and let us know what you think. And also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. It's important. And when you hit subscribe, also hit the bell so you get the breaking stories as they come in, so you know what's going on before your friends and family. There are most times I know what's going on a day before Fox. And I'm posting it and they're posting it the next day. I'm just like watching their post. Yeah, like this tax return thing with her. This was new though. He kind of like put her down. The tax thing is new. I haven't heard him talk about that, exactly those numbers. That's great. I'm really psyched. Anyway, thanks for watching. Give us the thumbs up. And it's important. It means a lot to us. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Like that video, folks. Not fake news.